Hello folks and welcome back to Shogun Total War. I am Kanastep and this is part 4 of my Odo campaign. Now before I get into it, I just want to say that I have changed my settings a little bit. I've updated the graphics for, well not updated, but I've just changed the graphics for the campaign map to make everything a little bit more crisp and neat looking. Now it does change the UI so that everything's a lot smaller. In fact, this is why I never had the settings like this before, is just because if I show you these menus here, these lists, they're quite a bit smaller, so I can still read them okay. I never had these settings because I was worried that you, the viewer, wouldn't be able to read them that well. However, I've just been reading everything anyway for you, so I think this will be fine. Just let me know what you think though. If you prefer it the old way, you prefer the bigger UI and being able to see the buttons more clearly and seeing the lists and the menus more clearly, just let me know and I can go back to that. But I thought I'd just try something different and see how this feels. Now for me personally, it's a little awkward because this UI is so small and the buttons are so small. I just have to make sure I'm pressing the right things, and also it takes the mouse longer to move from button to button or from like just around the screen. Yeah, it's weird. It's an adjustment for me too. In any case, as far as the campaign goes, I did start the war against Clan Mori here in the south, and I can say it's going okay, but not great. I did take 3 provinces off of them in the last episode, but it's just a very tenuous grasp of these 3 provinces. I've taken Tajima, Harima, and Awaji, and I wouldn't be surprised if I end up losing any of these. Now I have built a castle here in Harima to help me hold on to this here. This is kind of the center point, the fulcrum of my attack right here. So I would like to hold Harima, and it is bordering 3 enemy provinces, which means that it can be attacked from 3 different locations essentially. And that's going to make this situation very tenuous indeed. I'm going to try to hold it. I do have a 2-star general here, Naito Tokinao. And he does have 43 warrior monks in this small army of his. So that's going to go a long way. I hope that's enough for now. I'm going to be bringing the rest of these guys over to Inaba to attack along with my daimyo from Tajima. So I'm going to try to take some pressure off of my army here in Harima and try to put some pressure onto the enemy daimyo. This is Mori Matanari here, 5-star general, pretty beastly indeed. Which brings me to my next point. My daimyo still is at 3 stars, which is fine. It's not an emergency, it's just that I'm a few turns in the campaign by now and he still hasn't leveled up, so it would be nice to get him leveled up, and it's gonna come down to a battle here between the daimyos, I think. So I was just looking at these armies here. Luckily I do have a watchtower here in Tajima so that I can have some scouting on this army here in Inaba, and it's not that potent. They have 2 samurai archers, and then 4 Yori Ashigaru, 1 beaten up group of Yori samurai, and then the daimyo himself. So that's a lot of Ashigaru. However, I also have a lot of Ashigaru in my armies. And I'm thinking if I bring over these soldiers, I will have 1 more archer than he will have. So I will have an advantage in the skirmish game. Infantry is going to be pretty even, but I think my warrior monks will give me an edge, even though I'm only going to be bringing over this small beaten up group of 24 warrior monks. I think they can hopefully go a long way towards helping me win this infantry engagement in Inaba, which makes me wonder, should I send this army and split it into 2 and feign 2 attacks here in Baizen and Mimasaka? I'm really tempted to do that. That's typically how I like to attack, to keep pressure on all of their provinces. That way that they're always being pushed back. And man, oh man, if I could really take Mimasaka, that would really do a lot for me, because Mimasaka is the capital province of Clan Mori. So all of their starting infrastructure is right here. So if I can just come into Mimasaka, even if I can't hold it, if I can just take Mimasaka and burn all of the infrastructure down, that's going to go a long way towards helping me gain a foothold. Because right now, like I said, I got these territories, but it's very tenuous. It's mainly just because my supply lines are so far apart right now, because I can produce archers and warrior monks here in Yamashiro. And I just finished building a spear dojo here in Iga. But prior to that, I've been having to bring over spearmen from Owari and Mino. And I have a Yari Ashigaru here that's on his way. And that's a long way over. Because I don't have any ports connecting my northern provinces to my southern provinces. I am working on building a port here in Owari. It's probably another 3 turns. And then I'm going to have to connect it. And I'm going to try to connect it to here in Kawachi. Although it is tempting to build that port here in Harima. Harima gives a discount to any ports that are built here because there's a fine natural harbor. That's a province trade tier. So I can build a discounted port for it's like 546 koku instead of 750. Something like that. And it's a pretty nice bonus. It's just a question of whether or not I can hold on to Harima. And yeah, that's gonna be a question indeed. And I don't really have much in the way of, if you look at these generals I'm facing up against from Mori, got a 3-star general here, got a 3-star general here, and of course the 5-star daimyo. And I don't really have much else other than my 3-star daimyo. Like I said, I have my 2-star general here, and that's it. That's all I have here on my southern borders. And in the north, things are looking pretty much just as bad. I have my 3-star heir, Oda Nobuhiro, and then I have a 1-star general here, Hosokawa Nagayuki, and then Akechi Toyuji, Akechi Toyuji. And that's about it for here. Now, Owari I'm not too worried about just because Mikawa doesn't look like it's garrisoned with just 3 archers, so I don't think they'll attack me here in Owari. Mino is looking okay, although I think it is time for me to bring my heir down. So I will bring him down here, and I will bring his bodyguard, his 1 shinobi that's protecting him from all of the assassins in the world right now. I would like to train another shinobi, but I don't really have the money for that right now because I just put a build order in for a castle in the last episode for Dajima. So I'm going to be building that with the last of my money here. And let's see, do I still... Okay, so I do have another 1-star general, Matsunaga Shigekatsu. Cool. He hopefully can hold on to Echizen by himself. As far as the north is concerned, when I was looking at it earlier, it looks like Imagawa's doing very, very well. Takeda, Yusugi, Hojo are all losing provinces, and it looks like Imagawa is just doing very well right now. Takeda is at war with Imagawa. I believe they've taken Tsurugu off of the Imagawa, but other than that, I think Imagawa is pretty much held strong otherwise. So, looking at the diplomacy panel down here, so if I look at I'm only at war with Mori and the rebels, so that's pretty nice. And I don't have any allies right now, which is a little unfortunate just because my emissary died so early in the campaign. He got picked off by an Imagawa assassin, which sucks, but that's how it goes. And right now I can't really do any advanced scouting because I don't have an emissary, and I also can't make any alliances right now, which is unfortunate because an alliance would gain me another 250 koku per year, which at this point in the campaign is nice. I'd take that. Now I see that there is a Hojo emissary hanging around my daimyo, so if he wants to come up to me and propose an alliance, I'd gladly accept it. I will take anything right now. And I think I'm ready to end the... Although I have to decide what to do. See, I'm probably going to lose Awaji. If they want to attack Awaji... So do I send this first? Okay, first let me get these attack orders in. So let's attack Inaba here. And then let's bring over all of them as well. And then the question is, what do I do with this samurai archer? I think I do want to attack Baizen and Mimasaka at the same time. Maybe I can just send one Yashigaru here to Baizen just to distract them. And then if I could really take Mimasaka, I can send my warrior monk and my 2 samurai archers to Mimasaka. Because that's the one I really want to take. And if I'm going to go all out and attack up here, I think I need to bring the samurai archer here to Harima. And that's fine. If I need to bring it to reinforce Awaji, you can see by this dark line here that I can still move from Harima to Awaji. So I'm not completely cut off here. And let's see, he's already been moved, so I can't move him any further. And I am working on, yes, I did put that build order in for that castle, and taxes are still very low. That's all good. Alright, I think I'm ready to end the turn here, and hope this works out here. Alright, what do we got? So, oh, interesting. That looks really close to me. So I would have 145 versus their 180. And I don't know what they have, but I know that I have a warrior monk. And that can go a long way towards helping me win that. Yeah, I just want to try. I just want to see what I can do here. And light rain. That's kind of a tough one because my army consists of 2 samurai archers plus the warrior monk. Now, warrior monks obviously do like the rain because it mitigates the damage that they're going to receive from enemy archers, but that works both ways. That means my archers are going to be doing less damage as well. However, I think I'll just accept the light rain and take it. Now, Mimasaka. What's Mimasaka like? I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, usually the battle happens pretty much like right here. Usually, I will come up here, and then the enemy will oftentimes take that ridge, and we kind of have to work our way around, or they'll just come down here, and the battle take place down here. So I'll just get my guys grouped up really quick. Won't take long. Just select my archers and put them in group 1 and have them hold position and hold formation. And then warrior monks group 2 and have them an attack or engage at will. And then I'll group my entire army and then begin battle. And just move up this hill. And I can't see quite yet where the enemy is. And I have no vision on the mini-map as well. Can't see them out there. Alright, so where are they? Speed up time just a little bit. And still no sight of them. Ah, so they're not taking this ridge, so they must be back here in this forest. And I do see the glint. Yes, there they are. 60 Yari samurais, so, and they are in the woods here. Interesting. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I am remembering having to fight in these woods before. A little bit nervous because I don't know what they have other than those Yari Samurai. But the fact that they do have, you know, one group of Yari Samurai, I know my monks can beat them, but what else do they have? Do they have 2 groups of Yari Samurai? Do they have archers? Do they have a bunch of Ashigaru? What's it gonna be? Now, from my point of view, this is where I'd prefer to attack from, right here. So if I could draw him out of the forest instead of attacking uphill through that, that'd be preferable. Now, I'd rather not have to bait with my warrior monks, but I don't really have an option here. So I'm going to go forward. I'll put them in loose formation just in case there's archers over there. And the good thing about warrior monks is that they are fast, so if they have to retreat and kind of draw the enemy towards my archers, at least they can run back. However, they are quite tired, so that's a little worrying as well. Alright, now I see some movement in the hills. Yes, there is archers, so I would like to pull them forward if I could. I don't want to get my warrior monks shot by those archers. Alright, now that they've come out of the forest and they have started to shoot at my warrior monks, so far I think this is good. Oh, okay, so there is 2 units of Yari Samurai. This is a decent little army here, so now I'm actually kind of worried. Now, if I can draw them forward, I have a chance, and I do have 2 units of samurai archers. They're both quite fresh, so that's all good. If I can get these warrior monks back here, I do have a good position, so far if I can do a lot of damage to these archers before the rest of the army gets close, that'll all be good for me. Let's see. Alright, so I will be winning this one because I'll outnumber them 2-1, and I have the height, I have the hill position. Yeah, if they come at me piecemeal, I have a pretty good chance here. it's just going to be a matter of being patient. I'm really glad that I waited there at the bottom of that hill, and just to see what they would do, because eventually the archers came out, and yes, this is perfect. I'd much rather have them come at me like this. Piecemeal, one unit at a time. The general's still in the back, but that's fine. Now, let's see, how about I get my archers to shoot at the Yari Samurai, and let's see, what do I want to attack? Just straight at him, I guess. Yeah, just right downhill. He is going for, so my general unit is this guy right here, and yeah, I guess it'd be better if I didn't let him be attacked, so have my warrior monks charge downhill at him. And it looks like he is retreating. Okay, so he's retreating, and interesting. Alright, if he just wants to be indecisive, this is perfect time, because yeah, he's just going to take more shots from archers. Okay, now he's going to come in again, send my warrior monks downhill to fight him, and at this point I'll have my archers. Yeah, now he's running away. That's the effect that warrior monks have, just because they do cause fear. This is what happens. And now I can have my archers redirect their aim towards the general unit. Now, they are still getting shot by these archers back here, but right now this is all okay. I can have my warrior monks. I want them to stay out of the line of fire. And let's see, should I have... I'm wondering if I should have my general put in loose formation. For now, this is okay. The problem with loose formation is that it does decrease the morale of units. Now, it makes them less likely to die because it increases the spacing between them, so that it makes it so that they take less damage for being shot. However, loose formation is very useful when you're being out-skirmished. It's not very necessary when you have the skirmish advantage. In this case, I can group up more archers in this space and win this skirmish engagement without needing to go in loose formation. Now, I should do very well against this general unit, and let's see, is he going to run away? Now, it says he's evenly matched. Now, that should not be the case. Now, maybe I should send my general in as well to fight, and have this archer unit fire down at there. Now, he's fleeing, he's running away, and I feel like at this point, yeah, I just have to go all in. They're running away, and I should just go all in and try to run down as many as I can. If I can kill this general, that'd be good. My warrior monks are very tired. They've lost a good, looks like 15 or so guys, and yeah, so the general's gonna be that one right there. If guys could run them down, that'd be really, really good. So let's go all in and finish off this battle. Yes, this is really good. This is Mimasaka, so if I can get Mimasaka, and even if I can't hold it, if I can just burn down every single building in oh, come on, no. Keep on going, guys. I know you're tired, but oh, that's too bad. They got him down to 5 guys. Are they gonna regroup? Now, you have to be careful in this game when you're chasing down the opposing armies, because even when it looks like the battle's over, you have to kind of supervise a lot and just make sure that they don't regroup, because if they regroup and you get a bad matchup, for example, spears are attacking your cavalry, then you're going to end up losing it like an entire unit, just because you weren't micromanaging your routing effort. But in this case, I'm just going to keep a close eye, and I'm going to just speed it up just a little bit here. And got him. Got the general. Sweet. I don't even know if it was like a good general or anything, but hey, killing the general is always a good thing. And that's a good battle for me. My warrior monks killed 42 guys and lost 14. And overall, we killed 101 and we lost 24. So not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so I did automatically destroy 5 facilities in Mimasaka, and I pillaged 950 koku. That's really good, because I didn't have any other money to spend for this year, so that's going to be really good for me. I can buy some more soldiers. Alright, what do we have here in Bison? Yeah, this is just a feigned attack, just my Yari-Yashigaru. I'm just going to call off this attack. And then, alright, this is the big one. Inaba province, I have 453 versus their 391. their 5-star general, my 3-star general. I do have some warrior monks, not a lot. I have 24 warrior monks. Yeah, let's get into this one and see what I can do. And fine day, why not? Let's fight on a fine day. And what's a Naba like? I can't quite remember off the top of my head, so let's have a look around. So yeah, forest on a little hill right in the middle of the deployment zone. I wonder if that's where they would... I wonder. They wouldn't deploy here, would they? Because they can't... So this picket fence means they can't deploy past it. So they can deploy up to it. So they can technically deploy just right here on this forested little hill right here. However, I would reckon they'd more likely be back here. Hill, forest, that's kind of the AI style. So I'll get my guys grouped up and ready to go. Alright, since I'm going into this with a pretty ragtag army, I have to get creative with my army grouping here. So I'm going to try this out, and I want to see... Okay, so they're in the back here, so I should probably go... Wait, are they going to move? Alright, so I can just head straight for this flank and try to get a high ground up here. And it's interesting that they're just on the low ground. That's usually not how they like... Okay, yeah, they're going to retreat for sure. They're going to try to go up the hill, I think. At least the daimyo is. It looks like the rest of them are just kind of hanging out. Now, I want to see what my group formations allow me to do with... I have my 4 Yori Ashigaru and 3 Yori Samurai all in one group, and I want to see... Yeah, that looks good. So, it gives me my Yori Ashigaru in the front and my Samurai Archers in the back. And that means I can have... For this group, it's just 1 Ashigaru and 1 Warrior Monk. I'll have them be my flanking force, and then my daimyo will be in the back. There. Pretty simple, but that works. Here I've worked my way into having a height advantage here over them, and it looks like... See, I thought I was going to get an engagement here, but it looks like they might be retreating from the forest. Yeah, the daimyo's heading back, and I don't think anyone else... Yeah, it looks like the Ashigaru are leaving the forest as well, and they're mainly sticking to the low ground, which is a curious decision. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get an engagement here or not. Alright, so they have kept some soldiers here in the forest. Some Ashigaru are getting shot by my archers, and I reckon they're going to retreat here. I don't think they're going to stand here and just take it. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to probably get out of this forest. No, they're still taking arrows. And, I think... I'm not sure. I want to press forward. Looks like the daimyo might be heading up to help out. Interesting. Yeah, they took a lot of damage there. Ashigaru have very light armor. Now, what's the daimyo doing? Why would the daimyo just come up here by himself? I mean, I have a lot of spears. That's the thing. Ashigaru, even though they're just peasants, they still are holding a spear, and that spear still has a bonus versus cavalry, even if that cavalry is a bodyguard daimyo unit. So in this case, looks like he's going to be taking shots from my archers, and I can still get my warrior monks escorted by this. I like to have warrior monks with a screen unit. Oh, looks like I lost another. Yeah, he got stuck on this terrain piece. So let's try to get him out of here. There he goes. And come on over here. And how we doing? Where's the daimyo at? Looks like he took some shots. Yeah, lost 2 bodyguard units already. And that's very helpful, because if it comes down to a square engagement between my daimyo versus his, that's going to help. That's going to help having a numbers advantage. Now let's just keep pushing forward here and take this high ground if they're going to give it to me. And I want to keep my flanking force back. And as I was saying before, I do like to have my elite units when they're warrior monks or nodachi. I like to have them escorted by a spear unit to essentially screen out archers, or to also screen out cav, because those are not the engagements that I want these lightly armored units to have. They should be fighting infantry, preferably on the flanks or in the rear, not taking shots by arrows or not taking charges from cavalry. Alright, so this is looking somewhat ideal at this point. Now, actually, I would prefer to meet them at the top of this ridge. And my archers aren't going to have the best shots because of fighting in the forest. These trees are going to block some of their shots. And let's see, I want to get my warrior monks around here and have them start to run. Yeah, no, their daimyo's not going to fight well in the woods either, but at this point, if I can get my... Yes, so I want my warrior monks, actually, yeah, spears to come down here and force and pressure the archers and have them screen the archers like that. Have my warrior monks get into the enemy daimyo. Have my daimyo come in and fight here as well. And how are we doing? Losing. Looks like my Ashigaru are... I wonder if I should charge my archers into battle on this side, just because I might be getting overwhelmed here. And what about down here as well? So yeah, those... I'll charge my archers in there. And now the enemy daimyo's fleeing. Great, awesome. So yeah, he's down to 1. My warrior monks are cutting through him. And if we can just hold on, the rest of my army is getting crushed, because if you look at the kill ratio, they're killing a lot more of my guys, but there's just one more. It's just the daimyos left, and I have... Okay, so my Ashigaru are running away. That's to be expected. I just wanted them to screen for me. Now, if I can get this... Wait, is the daimyo dead? The daimyo might be dead. I'm not sure. I can't see him though. Now, if I can get these warrior monks... Okay, so those... Yep, they're running away. Good. And have my archers engage at will. Yeah, and they hang out... They are hanging on over here. And they're... Okay, so they're running away. Running away. Good, good, good. So I have them collapse on this side. Oops, nope. And yes, collapse. Collapse down here. And I want my... There, they're broke. And have... my daimyo try to chase and try to cut off their archers here. Oh, that was really close. I was able to get most of my kills just in the rundown here, and it just came down to being able to kill their daimyo because they were beating my army. Yeah, if we can run down some of these archers, that'd be good, but it looks like my daimyo might be kind of stuck right now. He's kind of trapped up here. So I might not be able to get any kills on these archers, but we will see. I'm going to try to get everyone going here, and yeah, I still got some more Ashigaru units here, and just speed it up from here on. All right, nice, cool. Kill ratio is pretty close. So yeah, I killed 268 of theirs, and they lost 240, but I got their daimyo, so that's really, really good. Awesome. Alright, so I conquered Inaba province. That's sweet. Let's see, the Imagawa clan is now the most advanced in all of Japan. No other clan can match their level of development. Well, you know what? Good for them, I say. My daimyo gains a rank. Hey, there we go. Just have to kill another daimyo. Sweet.
When the day is done, I take a tree for my lodge on my weary way.
Alright, and that's awesome. I did... eliminate Clan Mori right there by killing the daimyo, so that's very helpful. However, what that has done, and this is the double-edged sword of killing off clans, is that in this case, their allies, which was the Shimazu clan, looks like they've taken quite a few of their territories. Let me look at the throne room map and see. So they haven't taken all of their territories. They've taken a few of them. So if you couldn't see that in the throne room, they've taken Bingo, Hoki, Bichu, Sanuki. They still own Nagato. That's a province that they start with. And then I think Takeda still has a key. And then... Yeah. Yeah, so obviously, looks like the Bison went to the rebels, which is nice. I have Mimasaka. Now I actually destroyed every single building in this province. That's a consequence of taking provinces, is that buildings are destroyed randomly when you take provinces. It's something that you don't really have a choice in. It kind of demonstrates the wanton violence when an army comes crushing through and they take territory, and as a general you don't have a lot of control over it, so they end up destroying buildings without your say. And then once that's over, then you can have your say in the rest of whatever's left standing. In this case, nothing's left standing. My guys destroyed every single building in this province, and I kind of would have liked to have, see, at this point I would like to have some spear dojos here, because then I could just train troops here and keep pushing this attack. Now, I'm not at war with Shimazu. Not right now. However, the fact of this is that they've gained some territory here. Now, they do have rebels to contend with for sure, and they do have a key. They have Takeda to contend with as well, which makes me wonder if Takeda is going to actually take advantage of this, because they could probably use some of this territory as well. So yeah, Shimazu is not at war with anyone except rebels, and they are allied with the Usugi, so... And then Takeda... Yeah, Takeda is just at war with Imagawa, and they don't have any allies. Interesting. I'll have to keep tabs on what's going to develop over here. Looks like the Hojo emissary... Come on, man. Ask me for an alliance. I know you want to. Looks like he's working on it. I think he's moving in that direction. Now, at this point, I'll tell you a little something about what's called the satellite defense strategy, which I didn't name it that. It's something that was in the strategy guide for this game when it came out in year 2000. It has a really good piece of advice talking about how to defend multiple territories with only one army. And in cases like this, it's better when the province that you want to station your army in is behind your other territories. So for example, putting a castle in Harima and Tajima, and then just putting one unit in each of these provinces, so that if they get attacked, you can retreat into your castle, and then having one army stationed in Tamba that can reinforce either province. Now in this case, it's a little bit more awkward, because I will be having one unit stationed in Harima and Inaba, and this is my forward province that I'll be having an army in, because I don't want to lose Mimasaka, and this is the one that touches both Harima and Inaba. So I will be bringing my, let's see, I do need to get a castle going, so yeah, I have to build a castle first. That's step one of getting the strategy going. Now, how long is this going to last? 79 men. They're going to last for 3 turns. Anytime it says like a number of seasons, it's always one more turn than the amount of seasons left. It's kind of awkward, but that's just how it is. And so it's going to take 3 turns for that to end. Hopefully this group doesn't bother me. They might, though. I mean, it says they're different types of rebels, but I'm not 100% on that. Also, doesn't look like Shimazu has much here, so I'm not too worried about it, but still. Let's see, I only have 18 warrior monks left in this army, but I think I do want to bring... Yeah, this army got banged up. It's in rough shape. Let's see, do I want... Yeah, I can bring this archer up here as well. Yeah, that should be fine. And then Awaji... Gosh, yeah, I should build it. So I can probably hang on to Awaji at this point, so I do have to build a castle here. And that should be good. That'll be ready in 2 turns. Good. Yeah. That's, oops. So, population loyalty, 96%. That means I can't raise the taxes this time. I have to keep them at very low. But now that I've moved more troops into Mimasaka, that should help hang on to it, so that part's good. Sucks I'm not going to make a lot of money, though, but I can keep bringing this Ashigaru unit. See, that's what's pitiful about not having ports, is that it takes so long to reinforce one end of the empire to the others. Now, let's see, I do have my heir here. I want to keep Mino strong, because I feel like Mino is deemed the most vulnerable area by the AI. I think that's how they view it. Gosh, I do want to keep reinforcing. It's really important that I keep reinforcing this flank, while at the same time this as well. It's quite the balancing act, this campaign. So okay, let's see. I've spent 500 koku on just castles so far, so that leaves me with 459 koku left. So if I train, so I can afford a Yari Samurai here in Iga, and then I can train Ashigaru here in Awari and Mino. Because up here it's mostly just about numbers. It's about putting on a front and just deterring them from attacking me. These armies aren't really built for war, I'll tell you that. They're mostly just peasants, but just the numbers alone hopefully deters them from even thinking about starting a war with me. That's the idea. So that's all my soldiers moved so far, and that's all my money spent so far, so I think I'm ready to move on here. Yeah, tax is very low. Let's end the turn. So now I have that castle in Tajima. That's good news for me. Alright, anything gonna happen here? So Shimazu has taken Bichu, and they've gone right after Bison too. They're attacked Bison. Looks like there's just, yeah, so this is telling me about the siege in Mimasaka, saying that there's 2 more seasons left, or 2 more turns left. And annual harvest. So I had a good harvest. All crop revenues are up by 25%, so I have a treasury of 3,236. It's really too bad that I couldn't up the taxes, because punitive taxes with a good harvest, whew, that's some good money. There we go. Finally, Lord Hojo sent an emissary. Will you grant an audience? Yes, I will. Come on, man. Let's have a chat.
Great Lord, the Hojo Daimyo sends me with a message. He says that...
And the audio cuts out. It's unfortunate. That's just how the Steam version of this game is. The audio cuts out in the throne room and the like end of faction poems that they talk about. Anyway, yes, accept this for sure.
What does compassion go with you?
Also, I just noticed the heads on the shelf in the back here. That's interesting, because I know that was a samurai custom, and at least in early samurai warfare was the taking of heads. I wonder if it was also very important here during the Sengoku Jidai period. I'm not positive though. I feel like that'd be very distracting in the midst of battle to cut off someone's head. I think I'd just be focusing on the rest of the battle. In any case, what do I know? So like I said, we have 2 more turns before this castle falls. And I'm feeling much better about this flank. However, yeah, so Shimazu did attack these rebels here in Bison to try to clean up that right away. Looks like the rebels held them off. That's good. And I think what I want to do is move some of these soldiers up to Mimasaka, because this castle is going to be done this turn, so that's going to be fine. Actually, no, I'll just leave them there for 1 more turn. I'm nervous. And yes, keep moving this. This is my hero unit, this Yari Ashigaru. Come on, keep moving. And I do have a Yari Samurai as well. Thank God. Alright. Yari Ashigaru and another Yari Ashigaru. Yeah, I can just bolster my defenses here in Awari. And I can bolster defenses here in Echizen as well. Kept taxes are very low, yes. So, alright, so I have some money to spend, and I'm going to take a look and see how I want to spend it. Okay, I've decided to splurge and spend a little bit of money here on a port here in Kawachi. That's going to help really bridge the gap between my northern frontier and my southern frontier, with Wari and Kawachi both having ports. I really need to get going on this port construction, And in addition to that, I also want to spend money on a large castle here in Owari. That's going to allow me to unlock the next tier of buildings that I can construct that allows me to tech up my soldiers even further. Then I can build the next tier of spear dojo, and that's going to give me +1 for my spear units, including my Yari Ashigaru, and Owari also gives +1 for my Ashigaru that are trained here. So any Ashigaru trained in Owari is going to have +2 to their honor, and considering that I'm paying 75 koku to train them, that's an incredible value. So that's what I've been working on there, and other than that, other than the castle and the port, I think I'm just going to spend the rest of my money on soldiers. This is going to be a consolidation a year where I let things simmer down a little bit. I think, so I can train warrior monks or archers here in Yamashiro. I think warrior monks are so expensive. They're nice, but I think I just want to buy or train some archers here in Yamashiro. And then Yari Samurai here in Iga. And then I can train Yari Ashigaru here in Mino. And eventually I want to build a spear dojo here in Omi. Or no, not a spear dojo, but an archer dojo, so that I can, because right now I have an archer dojo in Owari, but it's hard for me to justify training archers here because the Ashigaru get a +1 honor bonus. But in this case, for now, since I can train spears here in Mino, at least for this turn, I will put in another archer just because I need more archers here on my northern border. And eventually, once I get this archer dojo going, then I can just reinforce from Omi instead of Owari. Although, gosh, you know what I am thinking. I want more shinobi to guard my air. Yeah, because having them defended by only one shinobi is making me nervous. So I will delete that and I'll put in another shinobi. And I will put in, since Tajima gives a +1 honor bonus to any shinobi that are trained here, I will put in a tea house so that I can train shinobi here eventually. Yeah, okay, I like that. I like that better. Good. Alright, that's going to be it for... Yeah, that's going to be it for this turn. And yeah, I'm just going to stay... So as far as my plan here goes, I'm fine holding this line at Harima, Mimasaka, and Inaba. I don't need to really push any further right now. My main goal is to take Shikoku. Now I know that will involve me eventually going to war with Shimazu, but I can just keep a 3-province hold here, basically 3-province, one main army, like I was describing the satellite defense before. Just hold this 3-province front with just one army, and then attacking with a second army here with the Shikoku. That allows me to minimize the costs that it is going to take to expand in this direction. So hopefully once I take Shikoku, I know that the Portuguese arrive around I want to say, so it's 1533 right now. Jesus, wow, I'm making really fast progress. This campaign starts in 1530, so it's only been three years, and I've already, nice. Man, this is going pretty well. Okay, so the Portuguese arrive in 1550, I want to say, or 1551 maybe. So that's quite a ways off. Jesus, I might get a lot. I might be attacking Kyushu by the time the Portuguese arrive. Okay. But for the time being, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna consolidate a little bit, and hopefully Shimazu doesn't get too aggressive. They do have rebels that they have to worry about, and they do have Takeda back here, so they shouldn't be going over their heads here and attacking me anytime soon. I would hope not, at least. They should really be a good opportunity for me to sort of just build my territory. I have a lot of territory. Look at this. Holy moly. That's a big chunk of land. So yeah, I need ports. I need to build ports. I need to build soldier infrastructure so I can build better soldiers, like armor upgrades and weapon upgrades and all that. I don't have any cavalry other than my daimyo's bodyguard. So yeah, I have a lot of of tech upgrading that I should be doing right now. So I'm just going to be consolidating, and hopefully Shimazu just stays in their place, doesn't annoy me. Alright, so I got that castle in Awaji, that's good. And got that castle in Inaba. And that port's finished in Awari. Awesome. Very, very good news. Alright, looks like pretty uneventful. One more turn before the siege in Mimasaka province is going to be over. Alright, nice. Nice, uneventful. Just have to just move my armies around at this point, and I'm just going to, let's see, I got a little bit more money to spend. This does have to last for the rest of, so 3 more turns, so yeah, I'm probably going to stick to my plan and just spend the rest of this money on soldiers. Yeah, I'm just going to keep things simple and just put in the same exact troop training orders that I did last time. I still want more shinobi. I get comfortable when I have at least 4 shinobi guarding my heirs. That seems to be the magic number to protect them from assassination, so I have 2 right now. I'm just going to get 2 more, and then yeah, I'll train another Ashigaru at Mino, and then another Yare Samurai at Iga, and then another archer in Yamashiro. So yeah, same exact orders as last time, and everything else should be good for now. So let's just end the turn. Alright, so now I have that tea house in Tajima, so I can train +1 honor shinobi in Tajima. That's nice. Alright, there's a Shimazu daimyo to be seen. Interesting. Makes me a little nervous, to be honest. Huh, Yusugi's attacking the rebels in Kaga. Alright. And, alright, so yeah, the castle here has fallen to my troops. That's good. Although, so yeah, that is one problem with sieging out or starving out a castle, is that there's a chance that that castle is just going to be destroyed basically in the siege, and now it's just gone, which means I have to build it up again. Frankly, it's something that I forgot about. So yeah, I probably should have just attacked. See, that's the thing. The smart thing to do is to siege them out for a couple turns and then attack on the last turn. That way you can keep the castle, but you have to decide whether it's worth the soldiers that you're going to lose in that attack. In this case, would it have been? I really don't know. I can't tell you. I can't say for sure that it would have been. So yeah, whatever. It's just one of those things. I'll just have to spend the rest of my money for this year on a castle, and then that'll leave me with enough money to just train 1 more shinobi, I guess. And that's fine. For the time being, it looks like Shimazu's being focused on the rebels. They still haven't taken Baizen, they still haven't taken Awa. And what's going on up here? Yeah, so Yusugi did not take Kaga. they're not going to. It's just, that's all warrior monks and a 4-star general. So they're going to be a good buffer between me and the rest of, Yusugi up here for a while. So yeah, I can get this Ashigaru and get him going. Where do I want him? Up here? Why not? Or how are we looking? Yeah, up here is fine. And yes, get a shinobi to Mino, and then put in, what do I have? So I have money for a castle here in Mimasaka, and then 1 more shinobi. And this will be the last shinobi that I need, and that'll be all of my money for this year. So at this point, I think I just want to get these. What do I want to do here? Maybe I do want to reinforce Awaji. See, the problem with this this satellite defense strategy is that it works up here fine, but Awaji is just a little bit isolated, just because it would take 2 turns for an army to come from Mimasaka to Awaji, which is 1 turn too many. So there needs to be at least a little bit of a force here that's somewhat self-sustainable. So yeah, I think that... See, I think Shimazu is just too focused on the rebels right now, so I don't think I have to worry about that. So yeah, I'll just keep moving this force up to reinforce Mimasaka, and these guys might end up going to Awaji. we'll see. Alright, so that should be that as far as move orders, and yeah, so I want to see, is Shimazu at war with Takeda? No, they're still not war. So Takeda still has a key. Interesting. I'm surprised that they haven't made a move yet. Yeah, Shimazu still hasn't, or Takeda. See, I'm surprised Takeda, because Takeda has a key, and I'm surprised they haven't tried to take some of these rebel territories. Interesting. Alright, so end turn. And that's all of my money, so probably not going to do much in this turn. Probably just going to move some guys around real quick. I can move my Yori Sam and Samurai Archer up to Mimasaka. The castle will be done being built here in this turn. And yeah, I can move these reinforcements here to Owaji. That's fine. And then another Yori Samurai, I can move them up to Mimasaka as well. And alright, here we go. There we go. Good. Got 4 shinobi protecting my heir. That's what I like to see. Because, oh, just in case you haven't noticed, that's all I have. I have my 20-year-old heir, Oda Nobuhiro, and no one else even exists right now. Not even like underage heirs. That's all I have. So I really need someone else to be born, because right now my family tree is just my daimyo and this guy. So yeah, having more heirs would be nice. That's something I'm noticing about this Oda campaign, because I know, from my understanding, is that the way that the generals get divvied out based on, you know, what, like the amount of stars that they have, is a set thing for each clan. So from my experience, when I play Shimazu does not have good generals. Now they have a lot of heirs, and their heirs are actually pretty decent generals themselves. I think 2 of them come out as 4 stars. One of them is and then, yeah, I think 2 of them are born or come of age as 4 stars, and then 2 of them come of age as 3 stars, which is pretty dang good. But Shimazu doesn't get any good generals other than that. Then Mori, for example, when I was playing as Clan Mori, it's kind of the opposite. It's hard to come by good heirs. I think I only had 2 the entire campaign, and they both got assassinated. But the generals themselves from Mori were pretty good. As we saw earlier in this episode, I was facing off against just 2 regular 3-star generals, along with the 5-star Mori Motonari himself. So it's an interesting dynamic. I think it's one of the things that I think CA went based on history a little bit, but they also wanted to balance the clans out a little bit. And definitely one of the issues that Oda faces, for sure, is the fact that they don't seem to have a very strong family, which is ironic because the man who ends up winning the Sengoku Jidai is from Oda. He's Oda Nobunaga, and in this case, he is not born yet. And I don't know if that's historically accurate. I think he would have been born by now. Yeah, for sure he would have been born by now, right? Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know enough about him. But yeah, Oda is the clan that wins the Sengoku Jidai, you know, essentially because of Nobunaga. And it's interesting because in this case, it looks like early Oda had kind of a weak family in a sense. We just have, you know, Nobuhide, Nobuhiro, which I'm guessing is Oda Nobunaga's older brother. And yeah, I'm curious to see what else is going to come up, because I'm not too familiar how the rest of the generals are going to be. I know that Oda Nobunaga starts off as a 5-star general, which is kind of ironic because if you remember before, the 2 legendary generals of Takeda Shingen and Yasugi Kenshin start off as 6-star generals, but they didn't win the Sengoku Jidai. It was Oda Nobunaga who won the Sengoku Jidai, and he starts off as a 5-star general, which, okay, I don't know, that's kind of weird, because he revolutionized warfare in a sense by training up Ashigaru units and turning them in professional armies. That's kind of what made him so such a revolutionary in a way, is that he trained Ashigaru because he realized the potential of a peasant warrior, which is really radical thinking for this time, because the whole samurai thing was about class. It was about a class-based society where the samurai were the soldiers and the peasants were the farmers. And you had a certain amount of privilege that went with your class, of course. That's how class works. And the idea of training up... Now, the funny thing about all of that, the entire hypocrisy of the fact that, the samurai were the warriors, was that Oda Nobunaga wasn't the first one that, had Ashigaru in his armies. They were always peasants in armies. That's the thing. So yeah, they were not allowed the privileges of being warriors, but they were always fighting in wars. But it was Oda Nobunaga, from my understanding, was the first guy that was kind of like, oh, there's a lot of untapped potential here. If we train them and equipped them and teach them how to move together as a unit and as an army, they can kind of get close to samurai standards, because a battle melee isn't a one-on-one engagement. Yes, skill is still important, but the entire group moving and fighting together as one is more important than the individual skill of individual warriors, as in samurai. So that's how modern armies became a thing. It's not so much the individual skill, it's being able to take orders and work as a team. And from my understanding, that was kind of Oda Nobunaga's thing, was getting Ashigaru up to that standard. And that's why we have the bonuses that we have. Awari providing +1 honor to Ashigaru that are trained here. And as a clan bonus as a whole, getting a discount. Being able to have an Ashigaru unit for 75 koku is very, very good once you get them good. In the beginning, it's good just to bulk out the armies a little bit. But eventually, these are, armies that can actually fight a little bit. Remember, you just need the Ashigaru to hold the line. You don't really need them to do anything else. You can have other units for that, whether it's warrior monks or, later on, you'll see later, will be the guns, which I'm looking forward to. I really, really want to get a lot of guns going. I play with a little bit of guns when I play my Shimazu campaign, but I play with a lot of guns when I play my Oda campaigns. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. And until next time, this has been Kanastep, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.